Welcome to Let's Play Gran Turismo 4, Part 4. And for this segment, you know what we're doing. We're getting the International A license. Because I like to get the licenses out of the way to start the game because I don't have to fuck with them anymore. Yeah. Anyways, International A license. Things are going to get difficult. Things took me a lot of tries. But yet I stayed patient. Even though there was a lot of failure. I don't know how. I don't think I was this patient when recording the licenses in GT3, or 2, or 1. Something about this game. Just something about this game. I know a long time ago I said I'd probably rate GT2 as my favorite of the series. There's something about this game. That's all you need to say. Anyways, Midfield Raceway. That was a test. That Midfield Raceway. That hairpin, I still don't know how I do that so well. Nor do I know how to explain it. And we're going through the S's at Suzuka. I think I struggled with this one. I struggled with all these tests, I'm sure. But this one especially because I'm not good at these S's at all. I'm not good at this entire track. Just kind of took it a little easy, tried to keep it aggressive, but took it easy. And then just the run down here. And this turn can really fuck you over because of how quick of a flick it is. Almost went off track there. Trying to maintain high speed. Cut that turn a little bit. Almost went off again. But I got the gold by 12 one-thousandths of a second. That was still a bad run, but I somehow got the gold. This one, I had a lot of problems with. This one took me a long time. I don't know what it is about it, but this is one of those tests where you have to be really fucking precise if you want the gold. And after about, I don't know, 20 minutes of trying, I finally was precise enough to get the gold. And you see how I did it right there. That was fucking difficult. Yeah, you just have to keep that high speed, and it's, yeah. Anyway, Chicane Guide 2. Going to Apricot Hill. This place returns in all of its glory from GT3. And of course, you know, since this is a chicane-oriented test, the Apricot Hill chicane. Also, this turn is way tighter. And here we go. Luckily, unlike in GT3, there aren't cones lining the chicane, but you still have to not suck at it. Kind of had to lift off the throttle a little bit for that final turn. And it paid out for me. Because, you know, that. Alright. Off to the 5th test. Which means another guide run. This time we're going to El Capitan. Pretty sure this is my first attempt. Like, full-blown attempt. Like, no failures. Because like I said, if you know how to get around this place, it's actually quite easy to take advantage of the fact that the game doesn't think you can go as fast when in reality you can. So just enjoy the lap, I guess, because I have nothing else to say on the matter. The Nissan kind of got off into the dirt there. Or just sand, whatever the fuck it is. Now here we go. And up. And the car's losing fucking balance. And over that blind turn. Being careful not to overtake the Nissan. That's how fast I was going. Kinda apexed a little too early there, hit the wall. Yeah, you saw that. There's a fucking gate or fencing thing lining it. But the actual barrier is before that. I don't get it either. Like I said, this game has a weird fetish for invisible walls. Took it easy around there. And this hairpin. I took that really slow. As well as this. That was extremely slow, actually. Alright. Just a couple more turns. Take it easy around here. Refuse to brake. Go insanely wide. And where's the finish line? You can't see the line because there is no line painted on there for some reason. I don't fucking know. But barely got the gold. On a relatively bad lap. Anyways, back to the not full laps. More cornering, this time at Autumn Ring. Returning after being excluded from GT3. Was excluded from GT3, wasn't it? I can't even remember. I just finished that LP a couple months ago. What the fuck, me? There's not much to say about this test. You see it. You got that. The dog leg, or the bus stop section and shit, yeah. And shit, yeah. And I got the gold, barely. Again. Now for the last section of Trial Mountain. Minus the chicane at the end, thankfully. I think this one was actually quite difficult for me to gold. Partly doing parts of this turn. That first turn, because I suck at it. And this car, this rough CTR, it's fast. But it doesn't grip that well at all. And that's an issue, especially for me. I like grippy cars. So this is kind of difficult to figure out how to get around here with a fast but not grippy car. Luckily I did. And there we go. Oh boy, going back to Hong Kong. And going back to this place. This fucking hairpin here. Accelerate. Brake right before the 50-meter mark. And hope that you slow down enough. You just have to go through this final section. Which can be kind of difficult because these turns are quite tight. And they're right angle turns. What do you expect? So yeah, just kind of perked my way around here. Let's go into the pits here. Yoink. I try to get a wide entry into this final turn so I can accelerate out, accelerate through for, you know, more speed and shit. And yeah. Coffee break time. And this one was quite difficult. The Gymkhana course. See those cones? Don't touch those cones. You fail. Said you have to make it around this course for the gold in less than 41 seconds. And it's quite difficult to do because of how fucking tight this place is. Because, you know, we're just in a small area, so But yeah. Just gotta make it around here. Hard on the accelerator for this part. Just get as much speed as you can. Slow it down to about 40 miles per hour. Hopefully not go off track. And then you have to break into the finish line. Voila bam. That one was hard. Back to the actual tests. More city street stuff. This one is at Opera Paris, another new track. Another new street circuit. There's a lot of street circuits in this game. Well, new street circuits. And this one is definitely a difficult one. Especially this tight-ass section right here. Kind of early on the brakes there. Kind of slowed down a little too much for that turn. This hairpin, however. That hairpin can go suck it. And wall. But I was ahead. Just enough to get the gold. By 1/1000th of a second. That's how fucking close it was. Alright. Oh boy, lap guide time. This time at the Fuji Speedway. The newer configuration. There's the old configuration, there's a new configuration in this game. This is the new configuration. I don't like it as much as the old one. See that last section on the left there? Yeah, that's why. I hate that section. Mostly due in part because I don't know how to do it. Alright. And herp. You can tell this is kind of modernized because look at all that runoff space. That's a lot of fucking runoff space. Well, here I am catching the Licen again. Better not fucking overtake them. Get behind him for a slipstream. And hard on the brakes for this turn. This turn is a bitch. Well, this chicane is a bitch. Because of how insanely tight it is. And here's a section that I do not like. Because I am just not good at it at all. I'm surprised I got this on my first, like, completed lap. Because holy shit, it was difficult. Holy shit, I'm bad at this. Ooh, almost going off there. And this final turn, which I can never do right, ever. Went okay around there that time. And just long acceleration. I believe this straightaway is a mile long? Something like that? I don't know, this main straightaway is fucking long. And there we go. Got gold at Fuji. Fuji! And back to the dirt. And to the Swiss Alps. An actual dirt track returning. Oh! And this test was kind of difficult to gold. Because yeah, it's the Swiss Alps and shit. Have to just herp-de-derp and hope that it works. I don't really know how to explain this shit. I mean, I'm giving you a visual demonstration at least. So, hooray. This test I struggled at a lot. because I struggle at this place a lot because, well, look at it. It's an ice circuit and shit. Ice. Snow. Snow and ice. 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 Baby. Gonna have to take it easy. Just checking to see where my ghost of my previous, or my best time was. I'm like, oh shit, I'm doing bad. I'd better up the ante here. While still being careful. Haha. Switchback ass turns. Drift through them. And there we go. Somehow improved by 2 seconds. In one test. Alright. Forgot to improve by that much in one test. More cornering! And back to the Nordschleife. The Nürburgring Nordschleife. This section is pretty cool. It's not too difficult, but it's not easy as well. This turn is the bitch part of it. Because it can catch you out and send you flying into the wall. But this slow section is actually pretty tame. I took it quite well there. And there we go. Didn't have to improve by much. Little I improved was just enough. Alright. The map may make it look simple. This is anything but. This final chicane at Motegi. Again, it's one of those things that I just cannot grasp how to do right. I just kind of throw it in there and hope that it works. And this time it worked. Like, it's one of those where you have to be careful, aggressively careful. Do you see what I see? Yep, IA-15, one-lap guide run, the Nürburgring. Luckily, I know this track. And luckily, for these Nürburgring tests, they're very generous considering, you know, the gold time was 9 fucking minutes. Because the circuit is, well, 13 miles long. So, you have a lot of room for error, which is good. Because it's really easy to fuck up in this place. And think about it, it's really easy to fuck up anywhere here. 13 miles. So you're kind of on the edge the whole time. Sure, there are lots of times where I almost went off track here. And there and everywhere. Just trying to optimize my lap. Just kind of chilling behind this Nissan. Catching the Nissan, because I think this thing has more power. Again, can't overtake them, so I just kind of have to lay behind them and sandbag a little bit. That's what makes this run really annoying, is the fact that you cannot overtake the Nissan, and therefore you actually do have to slow your pace. And the license test, that's something you don't want to do, is slow your pace, because you're trying to go as fast as possible so you can get the fucking gold. Right here. Early on the brakes because I did not trust this turn. As you know, you shouldn't. Because fuck that turn. Here, hop the curb, get a little oversteer, but nothing too severe. turn can also catch you out because you miss the apex. There's a lot of grass there, but you're definitely going to be in it if you miss the apex. This section is also quite difficult because once again you miss the apex or you go a little too fast, you're going off into the grass. So once again I decided to be a little careful. Not much, but a little. This is just hard braking. Very late apex. Because as the radius of that turn decreases, so I want to do a very late apex off of that one. This turn is kind of a quick flick to the left. More acceleration. Popping over the curb. On the brakes. Actually stayed on course this time instead of bouncing off the wall. And time for the second hard acceleration section. While being very twisty. I'm sure I catch a Licen in this section. Yep, I'm catching them. Oh, am I catching them? I am here. Give them a little bump. Luckily I didn't hit them hard enough to, fail me. And I have to back off for this turn. We're only halfway there. Now, for one of the most difficult turns in this track, as far as actually getting it right and staying on the line. This. Although it's a cool turn, yeah. I went wide. I cannot do that turn in any game. I usually just end up going wide. By usually, I mean always. Yoink. Alright. I got nothing. Just enjoy the green hell, as this place is called. As I enjoy watching this with you. Just right, left, right, left, 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 right, 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 right. Ooh, almost went off there. I probably panicked when driving in that part because I almost went off. And jump. Except I didn't do the jump because I was on the brakes because I wanted to be careful. Not go off into one of the few places that has gravel. Of course, there's a good reason why it has gravel, because of that fucking jump. Yeah, that turn just kind of comes out of nowhere. This is very hard. This track just gradually gets more and more difficult as the lap goes on. Had to let off the throttle for the Licen. So I was taking that section much faster than him. Alright, one more turn and onto the big straightaway. I don't know if it has an actual official name, but I'm calling it the big straightaway. Here we go. 100% throttle for a long time. I'm sure I'm catching this end here because, nah. Closing in. Closing in. Just accelerating. Do I bump them? No. Giving them a light tap. I'm pushing them. Alright. And let off for that turn. That kink. And for probably one of the most difficult parts of the track, slowing down from all the speed you gathered from that big-ass straightaway into these tight-ass turns. Don't know why it stayed in third gear here. Yeah, there we go. I think I realized, I was like, hey, I'm in third gear, what the fuck? And that was the Nürburgring. 8 minutes 46 seconds, so I beat the gold requirement by like 16 seconds. Huzzah. But wait, there's still one more test. The graduation test. Also added to this game is one of my favorite circuits of all time. Definitely hosted one of my favorite races of all time. The 24 Hours of Le Mans, the Circuit de la Sarthe. This test was actually somewhat difficult because this car is really fucking fast. This is a version that does not have the A and B chicanes down this 4-mile Mulsanne straightaway. So just kind of ripping along for a good while here. A good while. Oh, a little kink, no problem. And here we go, approaching Mulsanne corner. Hard on the brakes. Yeah, always never know if I'm going to make it. Unless I just brake way too early, which I didn't, but yeah. Another long, winding acceleration road. Acceleration road, help me. I don't know. Hard on the brakes again into Indianapolis. And I forget the name of this turn, so I'm just going to call it the final turn of this test. Have to be very careful on the accelerator off of that turn because wheel spin. And there we go. Got the gold. I have graduated the IA license. Haha. So now let's receive our prizes. First, our license certificate. Bam. International A license. Oh yeah. And now for prize cars. First is the Nismo 270R. Sexy. And for getting all the silver, we get a Nissan GTR concept. Nissans everywhere. And finally, for getting all the gold in the International A license, we win the Dome Zero. I have no idea what the fuck this thing is. 70s, woo. And that's all gold of the International A license. That just leaves one more. Yeah. Unlocking new shit. Let's check out our garage. Check out the 3 cars we just won. Had a hard time remembering which one was the first one. But this Nismo 270R, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, menu navigation. Oh, Tokyo Motor Show concept model. Sweet. From 2001. Looks a lot different than the final product, that's for damn sure. Finally, this Dome Zero thing. Very interesting. Very square. Angly and shit. Anyways, so one more license to get, and we shall get it next time. Stay tuned.